So our first spot's not going to be that difficult. It's just going to be because we're worrying about getting the procedure down.
Okay.
For your check. No way. That is a drained out pond down there.
Oh, jeez.
How cool would that be? That'd be a cool spot to try. Not today. Okay. That field over there.
Field over there? Okay.
That field over there, that is your confined area. I want you to first pick a circle. So pick some spots around it to fly a nice big circle. And down to about 500 AGL, which is probably close to like
600?
600 or 700 MSL, on the gauge.
Slow us down.
Yep, slow us down, 60 to 70 knots, and start bringing us down. And then walk me through that P SWAT P as best you can remember it. I'll help you out on the spots you can't remember.
We got pilot.
Okay.
So I'm feeling pretty good.
Okay.
Nice and fresh. We got payload. We're not adding anybody.
Cool.
Not taking anybody off.
Cool.
We've got plenty of power right now.
Yeah. Oh,
so
one trick that I can tell you. I'm actually going to show you a real cool trick.
Sure.
So.
You have the controls.
Yep. So back there we found out, what was our hover power?
21.
21. Okay. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go away for just a second.
Sure.
I'm going to pull that same amount of power. There it is.
Yeah.
And see what airspeed I get at a level cruising flight. Okay? And it looks like at this level cruising flight, 22 inches of power, looks like I'm doing like 98.
Yep.
Okay? So that means that if I go to a new location, different altitude or different airspeed, I can check how much power 98 knots
full
takes.
carb heat here. Yep.
Yeah. How much power 98 knots takes. And that will give me how much it'll take to hover. So let's say I go up into the mountains now and I fly 98 knots. It's not going to take 22 inches of manifold pressure. It's going to take like 24.
Okay, yep.
But I can use that to judge, okay, can I land now? Because I know that if I can do 98 knots without exceeding my power limits,
so then I
can hover without exceeding my power limits. All right?
Okay.
So that's a little rule of thumb check. All right, go ahead and take your controls back. Continue your circle here.
So spot, we've got gigantic field.
Cool, so size good.
Pretty
Shape?
darn good. Shape is almost rectangular.
Yeah, roughly square, rectangle, cool. How about surface?
Surface is pretty smooth grass.
Slope?
A little bit of slope, not too much.
Surrounds?
Trees. Wires on the far end.
Okay, cool.
By the street, on the other side of the street.
All right.
No other wires in there. It looks like some vent pipes sticking out.
Oh, there you go. Good find. If you want to bring it down a little bit farther, you can. A little lower. I'd be happy. Alrighty. Okay, so how about stock? See any animals, people?
I do not see any animals. Maybe some birds.
Okay. Alright, W, wind. Where's the wind coming in from?
Wind is...
We're pretty close to the airport. What did they say at the airport?
It's coming from 330.
Okay. Coming relatively out of the northwest, so kind of out of that way.
Yep, so we come in from this direction.
Alright, sounds good to me.
But
do your way in.
Those canes still in the middle of the field there too, lots of them.
Okay, wires.
Wires, no wires except for, oh, unless those are not vent pipes and those are wire stands.
They're not.
They're not, okay.
Those are vent pipes, yeah.
I assume that that's a landfill, that's why.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. So it does not look like there's any wires.
Okay. And check one more time. You gotta check 3 times.
Check 3 times.
Yep, wires.
Okay, wires just on the street.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep. No problem.
Got it. We got the wind, we got the way in, way out. Which way would you like to take off?
That same direction.
Okay, cool. Northwest. Okay. Next, we got our A, approach. What kind of approach are you going to be able to make into this?
We can almost do... I don't know about a normal, but not
you
super
could pretty
steep.
much do a normal on this one. Pretty much do a normal. Abort point. Is there any time during this approach that we're going to be unable to go around?
Up a little bit here, yeah.
Not really.
Not really. This is a pretty big field.
We'll pretty much always be able to go around.
Yeah.
Okay, so cool. We don't need an abort point. Do we have permission? We actually do have permission from the guy who owns it.
Oh, really?
So we're good. Yeah.
Oh, how about
We're allowed to use this. Okay. T. touchdown point. Where would you like to touch down? Just describe it generally.
Touchdown would be where the grass has changed. That little, looks like it's where it's mowed one direction to not.
Cool. Okay, so that's your touchdown point. Are we going to be able to turn around?
Yes, we are.
Okay. And threats. We don't have any threats. Okay. And plan. Okay, so tell me your plan for doing a downwind base final, that kind of stuff.
So downwind would follow the road that's, so basically that water tower.
Cool.
Straight down that road. Then there's another road directly below us that seems to be a good one. Those green, to the right of those green, tall pine trees there.
Cool.
Entryway in.
Alrighty.
I'll tell you the base turn when we get around again.
Alright, and you could just say something like, okay, I'm going to make a nice normal approach down to about 3/4 down the field. I'm going to keep looking for any locations. I do not need to do it. It doesn't look like I need to do any extra low pass or anything like that. I will double check all my...
So had I not been here, had I not known that was that, and couldn't tell wires, I would do a low pass.
Okay.
That would be a correct statement, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
that'd totally be good. Yep.
You can't tell from this altitude whether that's...
Yep, and that P, that plan, is also where you're saying, am I going to land here or not?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll give you a spot that's totally terrible, and you won't be able to do it. I want to see that you can make that decision.
Yeah, I can decide not to. Still no traffic around us here.
Okay. Alright, so if you're ready to do your downwind,
this downwind
yeah, you can do it now.
So we got
done enough circling.
1, 2, 3 gauge in the green, plenty of fuel. Carb heat is now full.
It is. Alright. Set yourself up. Remember, usually these approaches are slower than normal.
I'm gonna turn base out. Sorry. Connect with those pine trees over there to the right.
Okay.
Clear out to the right. Turn final on this road right over here.
Okay. That looks pretty shallow.
Yep.
Probably gonna hit those trees. Yep. That's okay. Just hold it out there, slow it down, take a nice slow approach.
The right of these trees. Now we're coming steeper.
Alright, so if you need to, you can slow it down more. Your rate of descent is under control. So that means if you want to slow it down as much as you can, you can. You're allowed to. As long as you keep that rate of descent under 300 feet per minute. Go. And bring it down. Slowing it down if you need.
Yeah.
Good. Wheels going away. Just make sure you have enough power. There's 18 manifold pressure. Nowhere near your limits. That's good. Awesome.
A little bit past the spot, but
cool. That's fine. I think you picked a good. I think this is a good location. Got to be very careful about turning around.
Yep,
about all these poles. Remember that tail is 30 feet behind you.
Yep.
Bring it down to a 3 to 5 foot hover. Yep.
Okay. I didn't know if we wanted to get too close to those poles.
That won't make us any closer.
Yep, I know.
Go. So ways you can turn around, you can either pull up and turn around, or you can just back up a little bit and turn around. You better know exactly what's behind you if you're going to back up though.
Yep, I'd rather just forward.
Alright.
Forward a little bit.
Yeah, one of our students and renters is a a while.
Backing up would have hit one of the posts.
Okay. Also, frequently you'll find like turkeys out here too.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah, so that's always fun. I would just stay on this side of the gully, going across the gully.
To the right.
Okay.
Clear to the left.
Good. We can even see from down here that the wind is pretty light.
Yeah.
The trees aren't moving too much.
Yeah.
Our rotor wash is pretty even around the helicopter, so that's another indication that there's not much wind. Okay. So I'll get rid of that carb heat, or bring it till it's just out of the yellow. Start from a low hover, use all the, that'll give you a little bit more power as well. That ground effect to help. Alright, so now which way do you want to go out? Do you want to just straight out? And which kind of takeoff are you going to use?
I don't think a normal takeoff is going to cut it here.
Okay, so let's do a towering type takeoff, where you're going to lift it mostly vertically.
Okay.
With just a scotch, just a tiny bit of forward cycling, like 15, 20 knots.
Okay.
Until you're well clear of the obstacles, and then we can slowly accelerate. The thing we don't want to do, we do not want to level off our altitude. We want to keep climbing the whole time.
Okay. We got 1, 2, 3 gauges still in the green.
Alright.
Lights are out.
And we're clear to bring it up all the way up to 25.1.
Okay, so that's where we're going to pull right away.
Go for it, yeah. Just do it slowly so you don't over pull it. There you go, right there. Look at that, that's too much. There you go.
Too much, yeah.
Look, nice and easy. We just rock it right over that. If we didn't want to use all that power, we don't have to.
Yeah.
Okay? You just don't want to yank it
all the way,
slowly.
That was a little too fast.
Huh? Yeah.
No.
Well, since we ended up, you saw it went a little high. Yeah, so then, yes, it was a little fast. All right, we'll turn to the right.